morning. We are going to jump right into Reader's Workshop this morning. And today you are going to be learning more about your characters by discovering their character traits. And I'm going to go ahead and do a quick mini lesson about character traits, and then I will explain to you what your job is today in Reader's Workshop. So I'm going to read you the story this morning called Wimberly Worried by Kevin Henkes. You know, he's probably my favorite children's author other than Patricia Polacco. So I'm excited to share this story with you today, called Wimberly Worried. Wimberly worried about everything. Big things, little things, and things in between. Wimberly worried in the morning, she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. "You worry too much," said her mother. "When you worry, I worry," said her father. "Worry, worry, worry," said her grandmother. "Too much worry." You can see that her mom and dad are having to kind of comfort her. She looks very fearful and scared. At home, Wimberly worried about the tree in the front yard. She's wondering if it's going to fall and hit her house. And the crack in the living room wall. She says, what if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators make. What if there's a snake inside? So she's just worried about everything. At the playground, Wimberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars in the jungle gym. What if they're rusty and they get come loose? And always she worried about her doll, Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat? "I found her, sweetie. Petal's lost forever." "I'll wait for you, Petal." So she's really worried about her doll. "Don't worry," said her mother. "Don't worry," said her father. But Wimberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wimberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wimberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. So she's kind of coping, isn't she? On her birthday, Wimberly worried that no one would come to her party. "See," said her mother, "there was nothing to worry about." But then Wimberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. So she's really not able to enjoy her party. She's feeling a little bit anxious, isn't she? On Halloween, Wimberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. "See," said her father, "there was nothing to worry about." But then Wimberly worried because she was the only butterfly. "You worry too much," said her mother. "When you worry, I worry," said her father. "Worry, worry, worry," said her grandmother. "Too much worry." Soon, Wimberly had a new worry, school. Wimberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about before. So here she is at her new school. It's a nursery school, like a preschool. And her dad's here, and her dad's saying, "I love school." And Wimberly looks a little bit nervous. By the time the first day arrived, Wimberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Ooh, she's has her head really consumed with worry, doesn't she? "Don't worry," said her mother. "Don't worry," said her father. But Wimberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. While Wimberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wimberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, "Wimberly, there is someone I think you should meet." Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. Here she is over here. She was wearing stripes, and she was holding a doll, very similar to Wimberly. At first, Wimberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. "This is Petal," said Wimberly. "This is Nibble," said Jewel. Petal waved, and Niblet waved back. "Hi," said Petal. "Hi," said Niblet. "I rub her ears," said Wimberly. "I rub her nose," said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wimberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wimberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wimberly knew it, it was time to go home. So she had a pretty good day, didn't she? Come back tomorrow, called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wimberly turned and smiled and waved. I will, she said. Don't worry. So even though she's still worrying a little bit, she realized that she could have a kind of a nice day at her preschool. Okay, so I want to talk to you for just a second about character traits. So on the board behind me, I wanted to kind of let you know that you can have inside traits and outside traits. And a trait, boys and girls, is just simply a description of someone's character, so a quality that somebody has. An outside trait would be more of a description of what someone physically looks like their outside appearance. So Wimberly is short, she's tiny, and she's spotted. And that was one of her worries, wasn't it? So that's kind of what she looks like on the outside. So we can have what's called outer traits. But I want to focus more today on her inside traits. So what were things, traits that she had on the inside of her character? Well, I think that one is really pretty easy. This is a kind of a story that really showed what was going on inside Wimberly. So if I was going to be listing down Wimberly's character traits on the inside, I think I would definitely start with nervous. She worried all the time about everything, so I would have to say that she was a very nervous character. I might also add that she was very shy. You notice that it took her some time to warm up. She was very nervous about going to school and meeting other students. I might also say that she's fearful. She was afraid of the tree falling on her house. She was afraid of a snake possibly coming out of the radiator. So she definitely had some fear going on. I mentioned in the story also that she was having a hard time focusing on her birthday party because she was so anxious about maybe not having enough cake or maybe nobody showing up. So I might even add anxious as one of her character traits on the inside. I would also like to add that I think Wimberly was also a kind girl because she definitely talked with Jewel. They kind of put their dolls together, and I would say that she was definitely a friendly girl, perhaps even kind. She definitely worried about her doll, so she had a good heart in her as well. So I'm going to just maybe say kind / friendly. Okay, so today what you're going to be doing, you're going to be listening to a fairy tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. I want you to watch the read aloud. If you have to listen to it twice, that's, you're more than welcome to. And then afterwards, today, Monday, you're going to focus just on Jack and Jack's mother. And you're going to list the character traits that you see in those two characters. Tomorrow, you're going to focus on the giant and the giant's wife. So think about the characters. You can list outside traits, describing them of their outer appearance, but I really want you to focus more on the inside traits today. So, what kind of character are they? So remember our examples here, and enjoy Jack and the Beanstalk, and good luck.